Agriculture in the Classroom seeks to improve student knowledge of agriculture by applying authentic, agricultural-based content as the context to teach core curriculum concepts in science, social studies, language arts, and nutrition. In an effort to further deepen the partnership from the grassroots Cabinet Office directed. Executive Office of the President on Tuesday the 17th of September, 2024 that the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change, and Forestry to establish a more robust framework for community-based forest associations to further empower local communities in forest conservation efforts. National Landscape and Ecosystem Restoration Strategy 2023 to 2032, which aims to plant 15 billion trees. Cabinet acknowledged with appreciation the growing partnership between the public and private sectors in advancing the tree planting campaign. Welcome to SUYA e-learning for food security, climate change, school feeding program, nutrition education for all. When you have bad governance and poor accountability from your local government leaders, then you are doomed to live under control of cartels and fools. We hope you subscribe to our channel YouTube at SUYA Mombasa and share this links with your friends or family. Agricultural Extension Officers communicate with farmers supporting decision-making by providing information on sustainable farming practices. Information about biodiversity is increasingly important to help farmers farm sustainably and access new markets. Agricultural Extension Officers propagate new, more effective farming methods based on the latest research. They include research on how to farm with nature for good results now and in future. Ignorant, illiterate, unlettered, unwilling to acquire new knowledge or new training. Ignorant may mean knowing little or nothing, or it may mean uninformed about a particular subject. Agriculture, livestock, cooperatives. No seeds, no fertilizers, no water, no soil, no guide, no trainer. Knowledge is a garden. If it isn't cultivated, Study of climate change and environments. To achieve this, the study adopts a multidisciplinary approach involving archaeology, anthropology, geography, psychology, mythology, archaeoastronomy, and comparative. Humanity, social, physical sciences, historical study, economics, sociology, people, astronomy, stars, biology, pedology, soils, geology, metrology, political science, anthropology, local, international trade. The 6 days of creation is a story in the Bible that describes how God created the world in 6 days, and rested on the seventh day. Days of creation. Day 1, God created light and darkness. Day 2, God created the sky. Day 3, God created dry land, seas, plants, and trees. Day 4, God moon and stars. Day 5, God created birds and sea creatures. Day 6, God created land animals and humans. Day 7, God rested from his work and made the seventh day a agricultural calendar, decision-making tool. It presents the types of agricultural crops, maize, beans, and activities, soil preparation, sowing, maintenance, climate, all the meteorological elements and phenomena, temperature, atmospheric pressure, precipitation, wind, as well as their dynamics in time and space, seasons in geographical area over a long period. Agricultural calendar, decision-making tool. It presents the types of agricultural crops, maize, beans, and activities, soil preparation, sowing, maintenance, climate, all the meteorological elements and phenomena, temperature, atmospheric pressure, precipitation, etc., as well as their dynamics in time and space, expressed by the seasons in geographical area over a long period. The currently changing climates and environments place plants under many types of stresses that affect both their survival and levels of chemical defenses. Auxins are a group of naturally occurring and artificially synthesized plant hormones. They play an important role in the regulation of plant growth. Auxin, a plant hormone, regulates virtually every aspect of plant growth and development. There will come a time when only those that know how to plant will be eating. Chief Oran Lions. If you like African food systems content, please subscribe and share our channel with your friends and family. Or if you're new here, hit the subscribe button so you make sure to never miss our weekly presentation podcast. Agriculture is tool to create health, wealth, shelter, protect environment, food, nutrition and basic skills development for our local communities. World Food Day is celebrated every year around the world on the 16th of October, the date that the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FOA, was founded in 1945. First commemorated by the FOA in 1979, World Food Day aims to promote healthy diets and eradicate hunger issues by 2030. The theme for 2024 is Safe Food Today for a Healthy Tomorrow, which stresses that production and consumption of safe food have immediate and long-term benefits for people, the planet, and the economy. World Food Day also hosts an annual poster competition, with 2024 brief calling on all children and teens around the world. If you're between ages 5 to 19, we want you to use your imagination and create a poster of your favorite food hero at work. The world is full of food heroes, from farmers to drivers, shop assistants, food bank or government representatives etc., who despite various challenges, such as the current COVID-19 pandemic, work hard to make sure that food makes its way from farms to our table.
The arid counties include Baringo, Garissa, Isiolo, Mandera, Marsabit, Samburu, Tana River, Turkana, Wajir. The semi-arid ones are Embu, Kajiado, Kilifi, Kitwe, Quail, Laikipia, Lamu, Makueni, Meru, Narok, Nairi, Taita Taveta, Tarikaniti, and West Pokot. The National Drought Early Warning System also indicates that outbreak of Rift Valley fever, abnormal abortion among goats and other notifiable livestock diseases in Marsabit, Wajir, Marsabit, Samburu, Kajiado, Narok and Mandera counties continue to affect livestock production. Access to water resources improved slightly in terms of trekking distances to an average of 6 kms for both livestock and domestic sources. Livestock prices across all species remained stable while cereal prices improved marginally, stabilizing the purchasing power of households. Malnutrition rates in Garissa, Samburu, Turkana, Tana River, Quail, Makueni, Tarikaniti and West Pokot counties require close monitoring.
This scenario is not far off in the future, and it is not isolated to any single corner of the globe. The threat of day zero reflects a worldwide pattern of increasing stress on water resources, exacerbated by climate change. Over the last 2 decades, there has been a 134% increase in floods and a 29% increase in droughts around the globe. How is water managed in Kenya? The Ministry of Water and Irrigation, MWI, is the key institution responsible for the water sector in Kenya. The ministry is divided into 5 departments: administration and support services, water resources management, irrigation, drainage and water storage, and land reclamation. Water resources are stressed and unevenly distributed throughout Kenya, with approximately 85% of the country classified as arid or semi-arid. Overall, 33% of Kenya's water resources originate outside of the country. Water harvesting and storage. Water harvesting, WH, and small storage technologies are key water-related interventions with the potential to contribute to rapid improvements in the yields of rain-fed crops. WH and small storage technologies can also help provide water for domestic use, livestock, fodder and tree production, and, less commonly, fish and duck ponds. Food security policies. Governments can implement policies and legislation that promote food security and improve access to nutritious food, such as subsidies for small farmers and food assistance programs for vulnerable populations. Food security policies and legislation addresses food availability, improves access to food, promotes food safety, and builds resilience. Cities and countries on the edge. Today, more than 2 billion people lack access to clean drinking water, and another 2.7 billion face the reality of water scarcity for at least 1 month a year. A 2014 survey found that 25% of the world's 500 largest cities were already facing water stress, and the issue is only growing as the UN estimates that global demand for fresh water will outstrip supply by 40% in 2030. An integrated education strategy should ensure that the education provided is relevant, both in terms of the formal curricula, but also for vocational and professional training that can address current and future livelihood options and human capital needs. Provision should plan creatively with the realities of the ASALs in mind, particularly in terms of seasonality, drought and conflict, so that learning is not constantly interrupted. Empty soils, empty stomachs, empty livelihoods. The most meaningful indicator for the health of the land, and the long-term wealth of a nation, is whether soil is being formed or destroyed. When soil is being destroyed, so too is the economic and ecological foundation on which production and conservation are based. Soil health determines plant health, animal health, human health, ecosystem health, and even the health of the economy. Soil texture can be identified using the soil texture triangle and the proportions of clay, silt, and sand in a sample. Knowing the soil texture can give us information about factors such as permeability and water-holding capacity. These qualities impact what types of plants can grow as well as erosion rates. Using soil texture analysis has applications in a variety including conservation, agriculture, and construction. In a soil jar test, after shaking soil and water in a jar and allowing it to settle, you'll observe distinct layers: sand at the bottom, silt in the middle, and clay on top, with organic matter floating at the surface. Here's a more detailed explanation. Procedure: fill a jar about 1/3 full with soil. Add water, leaving some space at the top. Let the jar sit undisturbed for a few hours or overnight, allowing the particles to settle. Layer formation: sand are the largest and heaviest particles. Sand will settle at the bottom of the jar. Silt, smaller than sand. Silt particles will form a layer above the sand. Clay, the smallest and lightest particles, clay, will settle on top of the uppermost layer. Organic matter, debris from plants and other organic materials will float on top of the water.
Fiderbia trees capture nitrogen from the atmosphere and fix it through their root nodules. When their leaves are shed, they also enrich the soil. No wonder, it's known locally as the fertilizer tree. And uniquely, it's in the growing season when the extraordinary Fiderbia trees drop their leaves, allowing gentle sunlight through to the crops. The tree's deep taproots reach for the water table and do not compete for moisture or nutrients in the topsoil. In the dry season, while most other types of trees shed their leaves, Fiderbia sprouts new foliage and its canopy shades the ground. Seed pods are formed, providing nutritious fodder for livestock. According to scientists at GART, maize yields are around 1/3 higher under the tree's canopy.
Mulching in agriculture involves covering the soil surface with organic or synthetic materials to create a protective layer that benefits plant growth and soil health by improving moisture retention, temperature regulation, and weed control. It helps reduce evaporation and retain moisture, reduce soil erosion, suppress weed growth, and provide plant nutrients as the oozes. Mulch can be used in fields before and after planting, as well as around young crop plants. Market prices are fixed, not in our control, but we can control our cost of production. With improvement of quality produce, it can be done with production optimization, discarding everything that doesn't at least double our investment, eliminate plowing, optimize seed, agrochemicals, save post-harvest losses, traceability of What is a nanobubble technology? Nanobubbles are generated by an ultrafine bubble generator. These extremely small gas bubbles are one of the most effective methods of improving water chemistry and quality. Due to their size, nanobubbles exhibit unique properties that improve numerous physical, chemical, and biological processes. What are the benefits of nanobubbles? Improve irrigation water quality by removing contaminants, elevating dissolved oxygen (DO) levels, and increasing oxidation reduction potential (ORP or redox), the ability of a water body to clean itself. How long does nano last? Typically, nano browse last anywhere from 18 to 24 months, whereas 10 to 18 months before requiring a touch-up. These results are typical and not guaranteed, as there's multiple factors affecting the longevity, such as health, lifestyle, cell turnover rate, metabolism. Soil electrical conductivity, referred to as EC, is the ability of soil to conduct, transmit, or attenuate electrical current. EC is expressed in millisiemens per meter, ms-sem, or at times is reported in decisiemens per meter, ds-sem. Over the years, soil scientists have used EC to measure soil salinity. What is a good electrical conductivity level in soil? Different plants have different suitable soil EC values according to the characteristics of fertilizer requirements and different growth stages. The optimal EC value for plant growth is usually between 0.8 to 1.8 and should not exceed 2.5. A basic ingredient of most potting mixes used in foliage plant production is peat, which tends to be acidic. Dolomite is added to growing medium to raise pH to the range of 5 to 6, and to supply plants with calcium and magnesium needed for healthy growth. Dolomite dissolves in the growing medium over time, helping to counteract the acidifying effects some fertilizers and/or irrigation water can have on growing medium pH. The need for new research on pH has been identified by industry as important due to observation of low pH in many soil and water samples.
Agricultural, social, and economic growth and development. Continuous increase in global population and food demand with a lesser environment footprint has become a major concern all over the world. In this light, the introduction of innovative and novel agri-inputs can solve both these problems in a sustainable way. IFFCO, being a farmers' cooperative, has understood this problem and indigenously manufactured globally patented proprietary product, Nano Urea, which is a nanotechnology-based product developed for the first time in the world at IFFCO's Nano Biotechnology Research Center, NBRC, at Kalol, Gujarat. Major aim of development of Nano Urea are 1. Develop the most advanced nitrogenous fertilizer having better use efficiency. 2. Reduce imbalanced and indiscriminate application of urea. 3. Increase crop productivity. And 4. Reduce soil, water and air pollution with precision and balanced application. Nanotechnology helps in devising nano options such as nanoscale fertilizers that can be precisely applied for providing targeted nutrient supply to crops without its losses to the environment. This can provide a viable option to shift from conventional bulk fertilizer application to plants' need-based application. Nitrogen is the major nutrient required by plants for their better growth and development. Nitrogenous fertilizer such as urea is presently applied by the farmers to meet the crop nitrogen requirement. Urea is not fully utilized by the crops, resulting into its substantial losses to the environment, causing air, soil, and water pollution. Nano-urea particles are very effective because of size and more per unit surface area compared to urea prills or granules. When nano-urea is sprayed on the leaves, it easily gets absorbed into the plant system directly and through stomata. Nano-urea, on entering into the leaves, is distributed to other plant parts through phloem translocation and metabolically assimilated as proteins, amino acids, etc. as per the plant's need. Nano-urea stored in plant cell vacuole is released slowly in a controlled manner as per the plant need during its entire growth cycle. For better result, a half-liter bottle of nano-urea has to be sprayed 2 times at critical growth stages of the crop, when crop nutrient requirement is more, such as at the initial growth stage and at pre-flowering stage. Benefit of 500 ml bottle of IFCO Nano shall replace minimum 1 bag of urea, providing benefit of better soil, air, water in perpetuity. IFCO Nano Urea can be applied safely to all types of crops such as cereals, vegetables, fruit crops, turf, grasses and oilseeds crops. IFCO Nano Urea has been evaluated and validated according to the guideline for the evaluation of nano agri input released by the Department of Biotechnology, DBT, Government of India, and Fertilizer Control Order 1985, Government of India, in close collaboration with ICAR, KVKs and at NABL accredited lab. It was observed and validated that IFCO Nano products are safe to use, both for the user and the environment. Further, its application improves soil health and will reduce the demand of conventional bulk fertilizers like urea on farmers' field for achieving optimum or targeted crop yields. Additionally, IFCO Nano Urea has many more incremental benefits. It is cost-effective and available to farmers at 10% lower cost than a bag of urea, and it can be used in dry land agriculture and for protected cultivation. IFCO Nano Urea can provide benefit to the Government of India in terms of saving of thousands of crores of subsidy. Crop efficacy test results of nano nitrogen by Indian Council of Agriculture Research, ICAR, and State Agriculture Universities, SAUs, indicates that IFCO Nano Urea can potentially provide an additional income of about 2,000 rupees per acre to the farmer. Achieved and incremental benefits of nano urea will certainly result in enhancing farmers' income and assure additional revenue to our country through reduction in subsidy outgo and expenditure on account of foreign exchange spent on fertilizer imports. IFCO Nano Urea aims and fulfills the dream of the country to provide innovative and indigenous agri-products and solutions to challenges being faced by Indian agriculture and the farmers of the country. It effectively complements as well as boosts the vision of Atmanirbhar Krishi and Atmanirbhar Bharat in the quest to reach the unreached.
Examples of plant growth regulators. Auxins promote cell elongation and root development. Cytokinins promote cell division and lateral bud growth. Gibberellins stimulate stem elongation, seed germination, and flowering. Abscisic acid, ABA, inhibits growth and promotes dormancy. helping plants cope with strain, plays a role in fruit ripening, senescence, and abscission, jasminates, involved in plant defense responses and nutrient up. It is a water-soluble biotreatment for new and existing plants, gardens, and landscapes. When applied to the plant's root system, soluble mycorrhizae can help reduce transplant shock and lead in increased water and nutrient. Primary succession happens when a new patch of land is created or exposed for the first time. This can happen, for example, when lava cools and creates new rocks, or when a glacier retreats and exposes rocks without any soil. During primary succession, organisms must start Secondary succession is defined as the development of natural communities on land in the presence of soil, but the absence of natural vegetation due to some natural calamities or human-induced activities. One best secondary succession is abandoned cropland. Below, we have discussed the difference between primary and secondary succession. There will come a time when only those that know how to plant will be eating. Chief Oran Lions. If you like African food systems content, please subscribe and share our channel with your friends and family, or if you're new here, hit the subscribe button so you make sure to never miss our weekly presentation podcast. Agriculture is tool to create health, wealth, shelter, protect environment, food, nutrition and basic skills development for our local communities.